twins now. They
Oh,
are 1 year old, and
sweet.
they built a real great place for them. I sent you some pictures. They made a great Chinese gazebo with a lantern on top,
Uh-huh.
and under the lantern you can see a yin and yang sign, and I will send it to you if you
Oh,
Oh,
want to.
beautiful.
thank you.
So little things, but things make you happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Miss Lee, what are you grateful for this morning?
Hi, I'm grateful for this bright sunshine. And Monday because it is like, I'm not here on Saturdays, so the whole weekend, just coming back to the group and listening to everyone else's gratefulness. I just feel when being here where I'm at, I'm very scattered and
Hmm.
it's hard for me to focus on, well, I'm trying to focus on something other than what I'd rather just be alone by myself. And I feel so out of touch because I'm not listening to, all these different, I can't keep up with looking at emails, but even on my phone, it's very confusing when there's a lot of different messages going in. I can't find them. And then I just get really,
Right.
um,
Frustrated.
I get troubled and frustrated, and then things just pile up. But
Right.
I really actually I look forward to listening to this music that you put up, Dee, of your daughter. But I do appreciate Sue. I saw the link regarding Sesame Street and the Muppets, and I listened to the beginning of that. And Wynton Marsalis with his band, right? That's who was here performing in Cape May. I missed them that night. I was so
Ah, no.
um, but yeah, I listened to the opening, which is like, it just really cheered me up, the sunny day. And I'm like, oh my God, just to go back even to childhood. But that music just means so much to all of us, right? That I have to say. So thank you, Sue. That definitely cheered me up. And also, I am really grateful for a couple of really dear girlfriends. I caught up with three friends over the weekend, one of which is in Italy. So also through WhatsApp, we actually talk every 2 weeks. We talk on the new moon and the full moon. And she's going through a very difficult situation with her mother who just turned 80. Like, we have very parallel things going on. So I just feel so grateful that WhatsApp or
Right.
other ways to talk is there. So
Absolutely.
thank
Oh,
you.
thank you for sharing. And Miss Rita Hubert, good morning. What are you grateful for today?
Morning. I'm grateful for internet access. Couldn't join on Saturday because there was no internet access.
Oh,
And same thing just happened now, so I'm a little bit late, but came back. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful to be here with all of you, and grateful to have the sun out again and to have some joy in our lives. I am going to awake this afternoon, but I think we need to honor people's lives and the memories, and think of the positive. She was in her 80s and passed away in her sleep at a nursing home. So she's resting in peace, and so I think we need to focus on the positive and reflect on people's joyful lives.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you. And Miss Ann Beth, what are you grateful for today?
Hi, everybody. I too, Rita, it took more than 10 minutes for me to get on today. I mean, tears were coming into my eyes. I was ready to smash this thing. I have my patience, which is hard to come by to begin with, is just really being stretched to the maximum. And I'm with Lee. There's so much going on. There's so much for me to get done. There are so many emails. I'm not complaining about that. It's just a matter of being orderly and getting done what you have to get done. I'm not very orderly.
mm.
Um, I used to be. I've lost control. uh, yeah, like my mother said to me one day, she goes, "What happened to you?" You used to be so organized. I said, I don't know, old age. I don't know what happened.
Pandemicitis.
But what was that?
Pandemicitis.
Pandemicitis. Well, I think this ran before the pandemic, but thank you for the positive note. Anyway, I'm grateful for you, my wonderful group of friends. Yes, Dee, I did get to listen this morning, and yeah, it just gave me chills.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty amazing, yeah.
Thank you.
And again, RD's autobiography is fascinating. I too, I can't wait to see the whole thing, to read the entire thing. So keep busy.
Thank you. Thank you. And Miss Heather, what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for all of you. You all make me smile, and I'm grateful. Thank you.
And I'm grateful to be here with all of you. I'm always looking forward to our bells, I have to say. And so today, I was just thinking about, this, pandemic, quarantine-itis or whatever, this fatigue is really affecting everybody. And, and actually, I got a very interesting phone call from this person who I've never met, but I've talked to him several times. And he had a unfortunate accident where he broke his ankle and he had surgery. And he noticed that the surgery was on a date which was very inauspicious from his perspective because it added up to a 4. And and he said it very clearly. He says, yeah, I'm a little OCD, but I get caught up with this numerology. And he has consulted with me about numerology and and feng shui. And basically the question was, how can I address this anxiety? He had to have the surgery. It's a done deal. He's now in a wheelchair, a knee scooter, all those things. He's now, and this is going to be an ongoing situation for many, many months, of course. But just the act that it was done, the surgery, it had to be done on that day. So how do you deal with that? And so to me, that kind of begged the question about balance and the balance of our minds. And in a way, it was just by talking to him, I just felt, number one, I think he felt very grateful that I was available to talk to him, number one. And number two, just trying to find some kind of solution to address it. And the solution that I did with him, which is take his birthday and just try to balance all the elements in his space. Just as simple as that. Get a salt lamp, get some bamboo plants, and just balance the elements. And he was just so grateful for that. But my point is about how our minds, it's just like monkey minds. We are all over the place. And how do we uh, control or balance? I don't know what the appropriate word is, but our minds, get so, uh, befuddled, so to speak. All these emails, or can't connect to the internet, or, all of these things that has to get done in the apartment, or doing dishes, or making food all the time. It's like all of these little details of life, but still, it's very frustrating. And how do you balance off all of these things? So um, anyway, I'm just throwing that out for reflection. I mean, I feel that doing the bells has, for me, been the balancing point for me. Just the act of getting out of bed at 11 o'clock to prepare for the bells. If I didn't do this, I'd be still lying in bed. you know. And I'm really grateful for all of you to support me to get out of bed. And and just I don't know. It's just, and then it was interesting. I picked up this book from my library, The Tongue Shoe, And the Tang Shu is the Chinese almanac where you consult with it for, for weddings or for burials or for birth dates or for any guidance. And actually, one of the first stories they were saying how there was a story of a scholar who was planning on going on a trip, on how he had to consult the Tang Shu to determine what was the best day to go on his trip. And so when I think about it, it's all about this mind, concept of the mind about connecting to the astrology, connecting to the right energy. And man, the Chinese, all of us, all of our cultures have created some kind of system to try to be in control or trying to understand, what our purpose is. And anyway, so I'm just throwing that out for reflection. And of course, this pandemic is really uncovering all of those internal mind issues because we're forced to physically be in our spaces, which is literally, talk about feng shui, we're literally in our minds since we can't get out of our minds to go out. Anyway, Sue?
I think the biggest problem that I personally face, and maybe all of you will relate to this, I've always worked from home. I was a sales rep for an educational publisher for many years, and my home base was where I'm sitting now. And although maybe a little neater, but anyway, the thing was structure. And I think one of the key things that I am missing in the here and now is a lack of structure. Like, I stopped painting and everything kind of fell apart for me. So now I'm trying to restart and getting that together to create that at least structure for the period of time that I work on a painting. So I'd be interested in knowing what everyone else is doing to create structure for themselves, because maybe hearing what someone else is doing could help me and help somebody else in the group.
Right. Great. Leticia?
Yes, this is not concerning Sue's input, which I find really interesting. It's concerning, again, my beautiful child, because last week, when she went back to Quebec City, she felt, but she lit candles, she put on her music, she lit all the lights in her apartment, and still she did not feel well. So she asked a friend to come and be with her, and she was anxious and all that. 1 week later, it's the same situation. She goes home, she's alone, but this time she decided consciously, okay, this will be a tool. So her perception shifted and the energy shifted. So when I spoke to her, she was in her little nest, she was putting away her clothes. She had lit her little candles, she had put her music, she had lit all the lights in her apartment, but she felt different because she had consciously put her intention to be okay in that space for the time remaining that she needs to be there. So when you were talking about our perception and our monkey minds, sometimes it is a matter of balance and just seeing things a little bit differently, or just adding an element to come and secure our mind and secure our heart. So I find it really, really fascinating.
Absolutely.
Rita wanted to say something too.
Rita?
I just wanted to share, thank you, Leticia, thank you, Sue. So what's coming up for me, Sue, I wanted to respond. What's helped me personally during this pandemic is creativity. Something that I have not explored a lot of in my life up until now, these past 52 years, and using this time to, in the beginning of the pandemic, I was dancing on Zoom, I was singing, painting, and that really helped me. And now that school has begun again and I'm teaching, I'm slowly losing all the things that were nourishing me. So maybe creativity, just to take a look at that. And I just wanted to share something that I wrote in my journal. Fear is the problem, and the root of fear is separateness.
Mm.
Transform separateness through compassion and love.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Rita. Anybody else?
I don't know, just Rita, who is that a quote from someone?
It's a quote that I put in this, something that I started. I'd taken a magazine that I'd gotten in the mail and then just, putting doodles and quotes, but I don't know where. I'll have to see if I can find where I found that. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. No, I was curious. It's a beautiful quote.
Yes. Well, I think, all of this uh, suggestions, definitely structure, create, after I agree with Rita, I'll tell you, talk about, creativity. Just getting into my memoir is a whole new access, which I would have never have done before the pandemic. Um, and I talk about structure. Having our bells group at 11:30 every morning. That's created structure. And also, the other thing that I've done for myself is to write on a calendar. So I have my regular calendar, the big wall calendar, uh, you know, and I just write down all the things that I've done. And then that in itself gives me a little bit more structure to kind of like, where am I these days? And when's my next infusion? When did we make the fried chicken in the air fryer for the first time? Things like that. But then also, on a bigger perspective, the holidays. All these holidays have been giving us that overall structure. Thanksgiving is coming up. We just, Veterans Day, Diwali was this weekend. So all of these holidays also give us a certain structure to try to maintain our balance, within the world, whatever that may mean. So anyway,
Well, just really quick, also, it's the power of the mind, and we have the choice to change our mind. And what I've learned recently too is we put too much on ourselves and no one else. It doesn't matter if you don't answer your emails. It doesn't matter if you don't have a structure, and just get up and do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's okay if you don't do this or don't do that. We put our own stress on our own selves when it doesn't all really matter. So create your own story, change your mind.
literally, literally. Anyway, on that point, let's do a meditation. I saw the little note on Zoom that we have less than 10 minutes, so this is a good time to ah, let's just relax and just breathe and feel your feet flat on the floor. Clear our minds. Breathe and relax. And let's imagine ourselves to be outside in this beautiful sun. Feel the warmth of the sun and the gentle breezes. And let's begin our time together with the ringing of the bells. And just breathe and relax. And just visualize yourself in a beautiful place out in nature. Whether you're just sitting along the edge of the lake, seeing the mountains in the distance, the Dragon and Tiger Hills on each side. and just feeling grateful. Grateful that we're here together, that we're safe, and that we're healthy. Breathe and relax. And let's just retune our body and just relax our head and our neck. Relax our shoulders and our arms and our elbows. Even relax your hands and your wrists. Breathe and relax. Bring our attention to our hearts. Our hearts filled with purple chi energy, healing energy, filled with gratitude. But relax, relax our hearts. Bring our attention to the lower dantian and relax. Relax the lower dantian of our body, the center, the golden stove. Relax our hips. You're sitting so comfortably in our chair. Relax your thighs, your knees, your legs. Even relax your ankles and our feet, connecting to Mother Earth. Just relax. Your entire being. And maybe you were imagining being in a bamboo forest, maybe seeing the beautiful lotus flowers in a cool, calm waters. Feel the warmth of the sun, the cool breezes. Or maybe you could find yourself on the shores of the beach with the lighthouse in the distance, beaming its light of hope and of harmony and of peace. Breathe and relax. And let's just take this time and let's just be with the silence. Sitting here is just so natural. We have arrived at the original state of just being in the eternal now, the present moment, and just enjoy this contemplative time and just relax. And just imagine ourselves all sitting together at the lantern of the lighthouse. Our minds are clear, filled with purple chi energy of love and of good health and of harmony for the world, and bringing balance, balance for ourselves, balance for our family and friends, and we become the examples of showing our trust, our certainty that all will be well, and just breathe and relax. And gently, gently take our hands and put it over your heart or over your heart and your dantian, wherever it may be comfortable. And just breathe and relax. And let's close our time with the ringing of the bells. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om. The 6 true words welcoming good health, peace, prosperity, and smiles and joy. And gently, gently smile, rub your palms together, do a little tap dance with Mother Earth, and do a little tap, 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 your arms, and tap, 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 your head, little tap dance. And today is Monday. Happy Monday. It's the 16th of November, 2020, and Heather and I are sending you lots of love, and reconnect to your creativity and your joys and your paintings and your singing and all of our waves, our butterfly waves. Happy day. Enjoy this beautiful day. Mother Nature gave us another sunny